Hello everyone, this is second part of the same topic, New Centers of Power, Class 12, Political Science, Book number 1, Contemporary World Politics. And in my previous video, I had already given you a brief background of how USA and its domination, how US hegemony was being questioned by three of the alternative centers of power. And now today, we will have a discussion on the first alternative new centers of power in the form of one of the very powerful regional organization of European powers, European countries, and this is European Union. Okay, let's see how European Union was founded and how did it challenge the US hegemony. We'll come to that point now. See, we have to go back to the world history, the history of European economy after the end of the Second World War. So after 1945, let's have a brief background of what was the economic condition of Europe, entire Europe, particularly after 1945. See, since because of their involvement in the Second World War, majority of the powerful European countries, they have lost their economies after 1945. Only few countries were left who would be enjoying the maximum of the economic power. So my point here is European countries, they have coming together. They used to have integration. They started thinking about a joint collaboration and economic integration so that they will try to improve their economy. So in that background, this particular organization, regional union called European Union, was formulated to enhance or to improve their economy, which they had lost in the Second World War. Right? So this particular union, European Union, even though it was formally established in the year 1992, it was not a completely new type of a union. So let me tell you how this union was formulated from the 1948 and later parts. Okay, see, after the Second World War, after 1945, European countries, they started thinking about integrating one of their economies with the another, so that to have an overall economy, improve economy, and if their economic condition, if their economic integration is there, then together they would have more voice, together they would have more integration, and that kind of an integration would be challenging, right, any of the options and all. So in that light, we are going to discuss about the European Union. At first, the European powers, the European economies, they came together and they first formulated one such very important organization called OEEC. Okay, this was the first economic commission which was established in 1948, right after the end of the Second World War, because to improve the economy became the target for all the countries, all the European powers. So in that light, see, Organization for European Economic Cooperation. This was the first step towards the formation of European Union, which was formally established in the year 1992. See here, OEEC. And what is the full form? Organization for European Economic Cooperation. Because to improve the economy became the main target for all the European powers. Because if they did not integrate, if they did not cooperate one another, then together they could not improve their economy. Because economy is the backbone of a country's development. Without integrating each other, without cooperating economically, then the European powers might not have the actual development or actual improvement. So in that light, this particular organization had been formed for the first time after the end of the Second World War, and it was, OEEC. What is the full form? Organization for European Economic Cooperation. So like that, later on, this many other organizations, many other summit meetings, many other conventions and agreements have been made. among the European powers. So they used to meet frequently to improve their economy, because to improve the economy became the first target. So in the meantime, it was the regime, it was the time frame where Cold War was there between two of the superpowers. USA was also there, USSR was also there. So to encounter and to have a prominent economy of their own, these European economies, they started forming, they started integrating, they started uniting each other, right? This is the this is the point. So later on, after this OEEC, so we have some other organizations like European Economic and Social Council, Social Community. So something like ECAC had also been formed, and after that, later on in the year 1992, this European Union was formally established, formally founded. See, why there was European Union formulated after the end of the Second World War? I mean, after the end of the Cold War. See, remember the time frame, remember the year in which European Union was formally established. At a time when world had witnessed about the end of the Cold War, USA became the sole superpower country left, which would be claiming as the unipolar world, which would be claiming as the fastest and the most powerful country in the world. So in order to challenge, in order to encounter the US economy, see, the European power, the powerful countries of Europe, they decided to integrate one another. They decided to formally establish one organization called European Union in the year 1992. And what was the reason behind the formation of this European Union? There was something behind the formation of European Union, because no single European country was able to singly encounter the US economy. But after forming this union, by being a part of this European Union, then they could be easily able to dominate, they could be easily able to encounter and challenge the US supremacy. So in that light, European Union was formulated in the year 1992, and there should have some background, there should have some legitimate reasoning for the formation of this European Union, right? See, European economies, they need to be economically interactive, they need to be politically, culturally, socially, administratively. There should have some common integration among the European powers, because they still remember the effects of what had happened during the Second World War and the war effects. They all realized, and they thought of improving their economy jointly. After having this integration, economic integration and joint collaboration, they used to integrate one another so that to have improved their economy and all. So in terms of their political, in terms of their military, and in terms of their economic and diplomatic influences, the European countries became integrated with one another so that to have a reliant economy. Because after improving the economy, then countries will have more integration. Countries' stability would be there if they have more economic stability. This is the point. Okay, even after that, after 1992, European economy could have been improved a lot. Right, this is the point. The GDP of these European countries had also been improved a lot, and they would be even challenging the US economy by that time after having a reliant economy. And not only that, in terms of many other issues, international events and all, even this European Union have started interfering. And even in some of the international events, some of the international issues, this European Union could have more voice. And how effective, how important this particular organization, this particular union is, out of the total members of this European Union. Okay, so two of the members of European Union, those are France and Great Britain. These two of the members of European Union are the permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. So as a result, EU could have greater voice in any of the international issues and international events. Okay, so you have to connect all these points here and there so that to know about the realities of the formation of European Union. Okay, so not only that, the European economy, the Europe, the countries which were there, they used to have started challenging the US economy, right? The way how they integrated each other, the way how they politically influenced other countries of the world, it was very tremendous. It was very dramatic. In 2005, one of the survey report, it was found that the European economy, since they have a single currency euro, and since they have common currency and integration, export and import, no taxation, and this kind of friendly relationship, and having this inter-country, among the countries there could have more integration, more economic development, more economic integration and all. And as a result, these European powers, they thought of integrating, they thought of improving their economy, and we have seen the actual development, the actual achievement of this European Union. So as a result, this euro, this single currency of the entire European countries, they started challenging the US economy. See, as per one of the survey report which was conducted in 2005, US economy was started challenging by this European economy. So let me tell you the figure. By the time US dollar 12 trillion, as per one of the 2005 report, survey report, we have got this particular statement. This European economy, this European Union, even EU, after integrating one another, even they could have this much GDP, US dollar 12 trillion as per 2005. And because of this, they started giving a big influence over the US economy. Because if their economy was not good, then they would not be able to give influence or pressure to the US economy. But they started giving influence. Here, as per 2005 report, US dollar 12 trillion GDP was reported, and it was very much influential towards the US economy. Because this kind of an economic stability, this kind of an economic integration was very much influential towards the international issues and events, right? So likewise, European economy, after its formulation in 1992, could have started challenging the US economy, and in many of the international issues and events, this particular union, European Union, after its formation in 1992, they started challenging the US economy in any of the issues and international events. They started posing some big threats and challenges. And not only that, altogether they could have more economic, and not only in economic purview, the political integration was there. They used to have one single voice. They used to have this cultural integration, social integration, administrative integration. So at most, in any of the situations, this European economy could have a strong voice in any of the issues, in any of the situations. They used to become a very influential component in the form of European Union. And this, European Union, it did not work for the improvement of only one country. So it was such a union representing many of the European unions, and together they could have more voice, they could have more economic stability. And since economic stability was there, political, administrative, social and cultural aspects were also stable, and it was found to be good. So here we have to think, we have to conclude that as a new center of power, this European economy have started asking or challenging the US supremacy, and they claim that USA is no longer the powerful country in the international politics. And after this US economy, this European Union, even they started challenging, or they started asking questions against the US domination, right? And the question was, how long US hegemony would continue? And see here, after 1992, very immediately after the end of the Cold War, the supremacy, the domination, the hegemony of USA was being questioned and was being threatened. And in the last previous video also, I have given you some feedbacks, some of the points like the existence of many of the countries, powerful countries in the international politics, and it was in the form of this European Union who came there to encounter and to challenge the US hegemony. Okay, USA is no longer the only sole superpower left in the international politics, and there were few regional organizations and one single country and few other emerging countries who would be challenging the United States and their economy. And this is the point about European Union, who became a supranational institution who would be interfering and influencing in any of the international issues, events and happenings, and which could have a strong voice because of their economic integration, because of so many other integratedness amongst themselves. Okay, this is the point, and in the next we will have the discussion on second alternative centers of power, new centers of power, that would be about Asian, and third new center of power about the rise of Chinese economy. We will continue it in the next part. Okay.